Hunter x Hunter, in my opinion, is one of the greatest anime of our time. Right alongside with Yu Yu Hakusho, Full Metal Alchemist, Death Note, and Code Geass. Hunter x Hunter was so legendary that it was able to be blessed with two different adaptations of the anime. First time was in 1999, and the second one is the one that most people are familiar with, and that is the 2011 version. Today, in honor of Hunter x Hunter getting ready to come back in a few days, I wanted to talk about both versions of the anime, mostly to compare the two and see which is better. What's up, y'all? This your boy the Black Akashi, and I'm here with another Hunter x Hunter video for the channel. If this is your first time here, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Also, if you're excited about the manga returning, let me know in the comments as well. Now, I'm going to be talking... Now, in order for me to compare the two, I'm going to be talking about the animation, the story, the soundtrack, openings, endings, etc. Now, the first category I want to talk about is the easiest one of the group, and that's the story. The story of Hunter x Hunter is about a boy named Gon who is looking for his father. So in order to start his journey, he decides to become a hunter and see why being a hunter was so important that his dad just went and left him when he was a baby. Now, the uninitiated will assume that both adaptations finish the story of Hunter x Hunter, but the initiated know the truth. Unfortunately, the 1999 version of Hunter x Hunter only made it to Greed Island and was one step closer to the greatness in being the Chimera Ant arc. But due to the manga being on hiatus, the 99 version had to be cancelled, thus making the 2011 version the definitive version of Hunter x Hunter. So in terms of story, I'm giving the point to both adaptations of the story. My reasoning behind this is because even though the 99 version didn't finish, it had told a better story than the 2011 version did, being as it introduced characters much better than the 2011 version, being the most controversial moment of the story being Kite. Till this day, I don't know why Madhouse decided not to introduce Kite in the beginning of the story, because that's how Togashi did it in the manga as well. Kite's introduction was a key factor on explaining why Gon acted the way he did in the second half of the Chimera arc. But to be fair, it doesn't really do much in terms of impact to the story. I mean, it helps in terms of a familiar character we were introduced to in the beginning of the story, returning back in the later half of the story. But it's slightly better than having Gon have a family-like bond with a character that was just introduced in one of the most important arcs to the story like the 2011 version did. But overall, both do a great job telling the story that Togashi broke his back creating. The next category I'm going to talk about is the soundtrack. Behind every great anime is a great soundtrack, and both versions understood the assignment. Me personally, I never understood why some people would say that the 99 version had a better soundtrack than the 2011 version. Now me, I love classical music. Ever since I was a kid, I respected the craft that Beethoven, Mozart, and many other composers have given us, because without them, we wouldn't have the music that we listen to today. But like I said, I'm a huge fan of classical music, and anime is one of the reasons why I played the piano. So you can already tell which version I'm leaning towards too. Anime and classic music go hand in hand. Just look at Full Metal Alchemist's soundtrack, and we all know how god tier that is if we're being honest. Now, in order for me to get a better understanding on why people love the 99 soundtrack so much, I had to listen to it. And I have to say that I was not disappointed. The 1999 soundtrack gives a better representation of what the story of Hunter x Hunter was all about, and fitting of each character. It gives off the atmosphere that the Chimera Ant arc gave. That friendly reminder that even though there's danger lurking around, they are still just kids. My personal favorites were Leorio's theme and the song Kanashimi. Kanashimi Force. Leorio having such a jazzy-like song, it totally fits his character perfectly. Now, despite being a 90s baby, I have to give a point to both versions of the anime. I know that some of you are going to say that the 1999 version is superior, but come on, man. You telling me that all the bangers that 2011 had given us, that this is not a neck and neck battle? The Zoldyck family theme, Hashiri aka Jonkin, Riot, Kingdom of the Predators, the Phantom Troops theme song, Crow's theme song, Hisoka's salsa theme, To Give a Marionette Life, Restrictions and Pledge, Adult Gon's theme. The list goes on and on. Each soundtrack fits perfectly for the era they were created in and are fantastic to listen to. But if I was being biased, which it already sounds like I am, I would go with the 2011 version just because of my love for classical music, and that Zoldyck theme song is freaking top tier, and like, how can you not top that? That's like literally one of the most badass theme songs in anime history, if we keeping it a buck. And don't even try to disagree with me on that. That is one of the most badass theme songs in anime history. Now, I know I said story was the easiest one of the categories, but this next one is a no-brainer. The next category is openings. First impressions are everything, and for anime, that is a key factor. Either you catch people's attention with the first 5 minutes of the episode, or you catch their attention with the opening. And Hunter x Hunter knew how to catch our attention with their great openings. Back then in the anime days, openings didn't spoil what was happening in a specific arc. Most openings in the 90s were just random things happening, like somebody could be getting their head decapitated and it has nothing to do with the story, stuff like that. So it allowed our imaginations to run wild and have something to look forward to in the story without being spoiled. But nowadays, depending on which anime it is, the opening will drop huge spoilers. But with that being said, my choice for openings goes to the 1999 version. Is it really hard to explain why? As much as I love the 2011 opening, I was slightly disappointed that this was the only song that they played for the entirety of Hunter x Hunter. It's more of an introduction opening theme than like a main theme of the whole show entirely. I mean, you can smile again, yeah, despite all the crap that's happening in the story, you can smile again. I'll give it that. But it gives off that childish sense of them being kids going on a journey, which is the key aspect of the story of Hunter x Hunter, going on a journey. It's like Madhouse wanted to give us a false sense of security or something to hide the true story of Hunter x Hunter. The only thing they change with each arc is the animation in the opening. Even though I still love it, I just wish they would have done more. Whereas the 1999 version gave us 5 different openings. The first one gives us the same feeling the 2011 version does. It lets us know that we are going on an adventure and it's going to be a fun ride. But once we get to the York New arc, the opening changes not once, but twice, which is a similar trait that most current anime do today. And it gives us an idea of what's in store for us. This isn't just your regular kiddie-friendly show filled with laughs and cheers. This is grown man business. This is grown man business. Each opening matched the tone of each arc, as it rightfully should. My personal favorites were the openings 2 and 3 for the York New arc. Like I said earlier, they just give you that sense of what you're getting into. Hunter x Hunter 99 easily takes the opening category. And now we move on to the endings. Openings are what's supposed to get us hooked into the anime, and endings are what's supposed to make us sad and depressed after watching it. Openings and endings are a key ingredient for a great anime, and like I said in openings, this one was easy to pick, but it could go either way depending on your taste of music and nostalgia. 1999 blessed us with 6 different endings, and 2011 blessed us with 6 different endings as well. Each of them was great, but I'm giving the point to the 2011 version. Funny enough, I was dead set on giving the point to the 99 version because, let's be honest, there's only 2 iconic endings in the 2011 version, But then I went and listened to them all again, and I'm glad I stopped myself from making that decision. Madhouse may have dropped the ball on the openings, but they damn sure made up for it with the endings. Each one is honestly top tier, from the death metal rock of the first opening to the iconic guitar solo in the beginning of Hunting for Your Dreams, which is kind of a meme, to the peaceful melody and reason that reminds us of the journey and adventure in Greed Island, to the emotional roller coaster endings of Nagarabu. Let me try to pronounce it. Nagari Boshi, Nagari Boshi, and Hiyori Ita. Hiyori Ita is one of my personal favorites besides Hunting for Your Dreams. Hunter x Hunter 2011 clears the endings category. Now the next category is fights. In my opinion, my honest opinion, Hunter x Hunter has always been the best when it comes to fights. Not downplaying Naruto or One Piece or Dragon Ball Z, none of them. I'm just saying it's one of the best when it comes to their battle systems and how balanced it could be, and it's not being, one-sided like certain like other animes. But it has its moments where characters are OP and you can't really do anything about it. I mean, unless you catch them lacking, that's when you could get them. But other than that, yeah. At first I thought this would be a one-sided battle, but surprisingly, it wasn't for me. But I want to point out that the 99 version has an edge over the 2011 version, and the same could be said vice versa. But it's kind of neck and neck because both versions has something that stands out from their counterparts. I'll give you some examples. For the Gon and Hisoka fight in the 2011 version. The 2011 version stands out because of the Hisoka boner moment and the "Oh Gon, oh Gon." Oh man, I don't know why I clicked me for that bullshit. I don't know why I did that. Ignore that. But I'm sorry. But the 99 version is clearly better. Another example is Kurapika versus Hisoka during the Hunter's exam. The 99 version went out of its way to give us a 10-minute fight between these two, while the 2011 version was more like 10 seconds. Even though the fight isn't canon, it still meant a lot that they did that. Another example, Killua versus Illumi. The 99 version showed true terror and why you should be afraid of Killua's big brother. Another example, Kurapika versus Uvo, Crollo versus the Zoldycks. Honestly, the list can go on, but as I was watching and comparing the two, the 99 version clears once again. The 99 version just gives that true essence of the story and the moments being told. It's much more fluid and better told, to be honest. The only reason why I would consider the fights being neck and neck is strictly because of the 2011 version making it all the way to the Chimera Ant arc, and we know how legendary the fights were in that. That's why it's kind of neck and neck. You got Miriam versus Netero, Gon versus P2, Killua versus UP. Like, the fights in Chimera Ant arc are freaking good. The Phantom Troop versus the Chimera Ants, like, the list goes on. That's why this battle is so neck and neck. But it's kind of making me want to give the point to both of them now. If we're keeping it a buck, I might just give the both. You know what? Yeah. Since it's such a neck and neck battle, yeah, I'm gonna give it to both of them. I'm gonna give it to both of them. The 99 version and the 2011 version clears. They both get the point. 99 version wins overall, but 2011 gets a point because of the second half of the story of because of the fights in the second half of Hunter x Hunter. I was dead set on the 99 version, but I changed my mind and gave it to both of them, bruh. Anyway, now it's time I save the best for last. The most important one out of the bunch. It's what everyone complains about nowadays when it comes to anime, and that is animation. When you think about this, you would think that it is a no-brainer because of the technology back then was not as superior as the resources that animation studios have today. And I would say that you were right, but that's not always true. Movies, games, and animations have shown that they do a better job back then in terms of CGI, effects, and stuff like that than some people do today. Now the question is, which one did it better in terms of animation for Hunter x Hunter? The answer is simple. The 99 version, hands down. You can blame it because of nostalgia or just design overall, but the animation in the 90s just hits different. Not just for Hunter x Hunter, but also in anime such as Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho, the list can go on. Like, could you imagine if Dragon Ball Super had the same animation style of Dragon Ball Z? It would honestly be more praised than it already is. The 99 version does a lot of things better than the 2011 version. As much as I love the 2011 version, it was much more catered towards children. Like, each character stands out on their own and honestly looks good. But the 2011 version designs for certain characters looks better than the 99 version. I'll give it that. I'm not just talking about character designs, but also in fights. I know I already touched on this, but the fights are simply better in this version. They just flow better to me. The art style, the atmosphere, the sound effects, and the soundtrack, it just lives and breathes 90s. To give an example, one of my favorite moments from the 99 series was during the York New arc, and Kurapika was bidding for the Scarlet Eyes against this one mobster, and afterwards the mob boss he was competing with pulled up on him with the blicky, and Kurapika gives him the murder eyes. In that version, he looks more sinister, like he will murder anybody and anyone if they pushed him. While the 2011 version is just a really bright scene with an epic score playing in the background. Hands down, no debate, Hunter x Hunter 99 clears easily. If you haven't been keeping tabs on the score, it's alright, I'll forgive you. The winner of this contest with a commanding 5-4 lead, the winner is the 99 version of Hunter x Hunter. But I am not taking anything away from the 2011 version because you can clearly see that it was neck and neck. Like, that's crazy. At first it was supposed to be 5-3, but now it's like 5-4. All it would have took was one slip up, and the 99 version could have had a dominant lead, or the 2011 version could have tied it up. So just think about that. If it wasn't for Madhouse reanimating this series, Hunter x Hunter wouldn't be as popular as it is today. I don't know how popular Hunter x Hunter was back in the day, so if I'm capping on that, just let me know in the comments. Hunter x Hunter is one of my top 5 favorite anime of all time, and that was all thanks to the 2011 version, so thank you for that, Madhouse. Overall, Hunter x Hunter took what we knew about shonen anime and flipped the script on it, and flipped the script on the rules of what we knew about it. York New and Chimera Ant are perfect examples of that. With the shifts in tones and atmosphere, it truly changed anime as we know it. Despite it being highly praised and highly appreciated, some people think that the Chimera Ant arc is overrated. And for those people, you are entitled to your own beliefs. But that doesn't mean I have to agree with them. Now just remember, this is my opinion, and not a definitive opinion on which version of Hunter x Hunter is better. Not everyone will agree that the 99 version is better than the 2011 version. If you feel like the 2011 version is better, go right ahead and say that. If you think the 99 version is better, you can go right ahead and say that too. But if you love both versions of it, then you are a person of culture and you know how to use your brain. To be honest, if somebody put a gun on my head right now and asked, which version of Hunter x Hunter do you watch? I will gladly and proudly say the 2011 version. I just love it so much. Despite the 99 version winning, I love the 2011 version more. So if you never watched the 1999 version and want to see why everyone talks about it so much, I highly recommend it because you will not be disappointed. With that being said, thank you for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.